Broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, they love their crab cakes and they love their football. That's what Maryland does. And we are at M&T Bank Stadium down near the inner harbor of Baltimore. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. This is taken at the 3. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. So now the Ravens getting ready for their first go on offense. They will be led out by the former Heisman Trophy winner back in 2016. Always a handful to contain, Lamar Jackson.
Right there, 56. Hey, let's get them holes.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. It's complete to Snead. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, baby, that's what I'm talking about. All day.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. And a very good offensive unit here. One of the reasons they're so good is running back Mark Ingram.
Took a little while for him to find his footing when he got into the league, but the former Heisman Trophy winner has it now and has really upped his pass receiving potential. A nice player.
So certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. This is taken around the 12. 51 yards on the punt there. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. So here are the Chiefs now under their veteran head coach, Andy Reid. Leading this unit will be the big arm man out of Texas Tech. 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. That one complete to Hill. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, Got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Now here's Mahomes. It's Hill, complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. 2 plays, 2 catches. You have a feeling they're going to look for him early and often, and that's to be expected. You got a player of his caliber, why not?
And I think it's also a message from them to the defense that you're not going to dictate to us what we're going to do with one of our better players, because so often you hear about defenses saying, we're going to take away what you do best. In this case, they're going to move him around, find proper matchups, and make sure they continue to funnel the ball to him.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. This is the offense we're going to see coming up in this one, and Travis Kelce will be key.
What a tremendous weapon he is, especially in the red zone. Knows how to find the end zone when running his routes.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Tight down. There you go.
From the gun, it's a run for Williams. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? And here are the Raven defensive starters.
Time for us to feature cornerback Jimmy Smith, and he's the guy that I would love to match up one-on-one against any of these tall, long receivers that can run in the NFL, because that fits his frame and it fits his game. He's a guy who can turn and run with anyone and also go up and contest just about any ball thrown.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins. And he'll be brought down with the first down, and a late flag here too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. A quick throw out wide, caught by Robinson. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop, but that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Heavy on the edges.
They go play fake. Mahomes. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. A gain there of 21 yards.
You ready?
How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far.
Yellow. I'm the Louis. Right here.
Throwing quickly, Mahomes gets this out to Watkins. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Let's go, team. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. Complete, the tight end, Kelsey. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And Butker able to put this one through. And the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Now on 2nd and 13, Jackson. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Now Jackson, and he's got Snead. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team, because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. And let's take a look at the defensive starters for Kansas City.
Tyrann Mathieu's instincts as a defensive back, I believe, are second to none. And that allows him to play all over the secondary. He can line up as an outside corner, inside in the slot, and that's difficult to do because you get so much traffic in there. And then, of course, they can also move him back as a safety. Anywhere you put him, though, you know he's going to end up around the football.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Jackson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. On 3rd down, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here's Sam Cook now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 20. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Mahomes now 8 of 8 throwing the ball in this 1st quarter. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. It's complete to Williams. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Now Mahomes going to get this one to Hill. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Mahomes to throw once more. And Robinson with a big catch. And he's able to get the 1st before he's taken down at the 36. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Mahomes now 11 for 11. Perfect in this opening half. It's 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Yellow, yellow. On the wall, right?
Hey, watch the slant.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Now a handoff here to his running back. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Throwing now is Mahomes. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. And the kick by Butker is good. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
So after the penalty, here's 2nd and 3.
53's mine. I'm trying to collect.
From the gun, Jackson stepping up. He's going to keep it. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
53, Mike.
No gain on this defense, no gain.
On first down, Ingram.
Run to the ball, run.
Chris Jones on the stop.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Mike, number 53, Mike 53. They can't hang with us.
On second down, it's Ingram. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The Ravens on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Jackson from the shotgun. Snead's got it. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 12 yards the pickup there, good for a Raven first.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. They run. It's Mark Ingram. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The Ravens on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Get ready.
They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs on 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Mahomes now to throw. This is caught by Williams. And some space here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Let's go.
The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll run it with Williams. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get
On the ground, this is Williams. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
I got one. Switch.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. That's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 7 yards there and a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Yellow.
From the 16, Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. 3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. Now Mahomes, and he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab, and the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And it's up and good to make the score 13-3. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. They run from the pistol with Ingram. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up.
They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Here's Sam Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Watch out for Hill on the return. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. Damian Williams and the Chiefs ready to begin their next drive. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive maybe. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. It's complete to Robinson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. The end result, 21 yards.
Yellow.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Come on, baby. Let's go. Get excited. Let's go. Let's go. Yellow.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. They complete it to Hill. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
Partner, remember that old film of Peyton Manning going through the route tree with his great receivers in Indianapolis? I think we're seeing the results of the same type of work here today. These guys know each other so well, they don't even have to call the play. They can just look each other and know the route that's going to be run, and usually the connection is perfect.
Butker now to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
53, right? 53.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Jackson, he dumps it down to Ingram. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it second and short.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here we go.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson, he's got it to Ingram, complete. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Jackson now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's first and 10. Jackson will throw again. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That one goes for 24 yards.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Jackson now. Only one pass has hit the ground for him. 10 of 11 thus far. It's first and 10. Now it's Jackson. He uncorks it. Got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Willie Snead. 30 yards. And the Ravens get a bit closer. Until that late score here in the second quarter, they'd only had the field goal, so that's just big to see that football get into the end zone.
Yeah, when you look at the scoreboard now, nothing seems out of reach. They've been outplayed in the first half, but when the clock hits zeros as they head into the half, you know what I do as the head coach?
What?
I tell my team to sprint to the locker room to show that we've got the momentum and show that we're right back in this game.
So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Justin Tucker for the extra point. It's up, it's good. That'll make the scoreline 20-10. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Yellow, 180.
So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This game's had a little bit of everything thus far, and certainly plenty to look forward to, as the teams are right back out there for the second half. So we'll get right back out there as well, as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Ready for the start of the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Looking to throw is Mahomes. He finds Robinson. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Williams. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time. And that'll bring up second down.
Basically, you're not going to outwork two guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else with the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
Off the draw, here's Williams. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be a third and about 13.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
And defensively, Baltimore's in a dime look here on third. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Give the sack there to Jake Ryan.
They need a stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Here's the Chiefs punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
Let's go.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Jackson on first down, and nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. It was Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger, there to knock it away.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. Throws right side, and that's complete. 22 yards there, a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Bashaud Breeland, the one that got him down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Come on, baby. Switch it.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Ingram. And he brings this up to the 46, good enough for the first. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss.
Check 56. Run it.
The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Jackson from the shotgun. He's going to float this one deep right side. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's Sam Cook now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now here's Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And a penalty flag is down to the backfield as they finally bring him to the turf. But I'm not sure this is going to stand. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
I can't believe they even let you play.
Here's Mahomes to throw. It's Hill, complete. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. Mahomes now to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is away, and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
And come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come out here. Come get some.
They'll try to get the ground game going with Ingram. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson steps away. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Jackson now looks to throw, fires right side, and that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Oh, look at the juke. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out comes Patrick Mahomes in the Chiefs offense. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the 3rd quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your quarterback? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Williams. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Williams. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
3 down, 3 down.
To throw, it's Mahomes. It's complete to Williams. And he'll get it down here to the 43. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 26. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Yellow. 180. Let's go.
Crunch time, defense. Switch.
Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. A quick throw out wide, caught by Robinson. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Yellow. Arsenal 180. Watch the slip.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Pick, baby. All day. Don't play this way.
Well, partner, I do know this. If you're a defensive back, you have more chances to make a team now than ever because people are using 5 defensive backs, 6 defensive back packages. Not exclusively, but way more than before. That was a nickel package there, and what a pickoff.
Why is that? Why are they using that more?
Because more people are throwing the ball on earlier downs than ever before. This has become a passing league, and because of that, more defensive backs on the field on most plays.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. It's up and good, and the lead's now down to 3 at 20-17. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play too.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 27. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Mahomes going to throw. Caught. Kelsey, left side. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Now Mahomes. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Yellow. Push away.
Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Throwing now is Mahomes. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They go play fake. Mahomes. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Mahomes will bring him up 1st and 10, and he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. The busy night continues for Williams. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Butker on for the PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. From the gun, Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
You ain't doing that.
From the gun, it's a run for England. 7 yards there and a first down. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Snead's got it. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards on the play. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Jackson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Chris Jones, his 2nd sack of the night.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now it's Jackson. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 16. Now Jackson. From the gun, he'll throw. He wants it all for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Looking to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th quarter. Going for some big plays.
Yeah, they certainly were. They just decided one shot, didn't they? Forget trying to move the ball downfield in small little increments. Let's go for the big one. But how about the defense playing situational football, looking at the scoreboard and realizing what can hurt us most? The deep shot. They played it well.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. The field goal we just saw has us now at a one-score game, and on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot a bit.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? It might be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the ball, but here's what the deal is. I think what we've observed is a team that's been playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win. And they've got to get back to that, and that means opening things up again, being a little more free in what they're trying to get done on offense.
Now a throw for the All-Pro Kelsey is complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. A gain of 6 there on first.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Looking to throw is Mahomes. His throw incomplete. His favorite target, Travis Kelce, the intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary here. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. He is going to find Hill here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Yellow. I got little lady.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Williams. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Yellow. I'm going to run you over.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
Yellow.
Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Yellow, yellow. There's a lot, 80. Come to work.
From the 44, Mahomes. It's complete to Robinson. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Yellow!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. So the solid run on first, and I would imagine no real hurry to run that second down play.
No, it's all in your quarterback now. He's going to keep an eye on the play clock and bleed things down, and he's not going to let the ball be snapped until it's inside 3 seconds left on the play clock. Unless, of course, you're playing a video game, you're trying to run it up on your friend.
Nice touch. Cold-blooded, too. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. That one complete to Hill. Oh, no, he lost the football.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. On 2nd and goal, Mahomes, he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Ricky Seals-Jones there to make the grab. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. So they go play action, 3 tight ends out there in the heavy set.
Well, they showed everything that suggested running play. Just what you mentioned, 3 tight ends, heavy formation, able to go play action off of it, because if you're a defender, you're thinking it's a running play with that much beef on the field.
But they passed it, and they got 6 out of it. Point after, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that drive spans 13 plays, and it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind, it's getting back to the hot start, because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes about him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
Jackson, he's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Going for a right side here, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards, the final tally.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Jackson to throw. And that's going to be incomplete.
They tried to make something happen, but that one came up incomplete and really wasn't a good-looking throw.
Yeah, maybe even go as far as to call that a little ill-advised.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that's the right phrase for it. Definitely ill-advised. Just wonder about his mechanics right now, you know, and that's the tough part. You do so much stuff in practice to make it repetitive, but it has to repeat under pressure, whether it's pressure from the defense or just the pressure of playing the game.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Jackson now. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Chris Jones bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, picked off at the 21, and to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
The Chiefs offense and Tyreek Hill heading back out onto the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Again, it's Williams. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On third down, here's Williams. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on here to punt it away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines.
Let's go. Let's do it.
So Lamar Jackson in the offense. Down by 2 touchdowns. 1:53 remaining. Field goals, useless at this point. They need 2 touchdowns, and they need them in short order. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
And out come the Chiefs now. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. First down, Williams. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Mahomes going to throw it here. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. Mahomes now to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Tucker now for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So a 7-point game. They'll need a recovery, the touchdown, and an extra point to tie. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though, now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs.
Hey, 180. 180. I got him. Check 52. Where's it?
Victory in the cards now for the Chiefs as they take a knee here.
Hey, yellow. Come on, 80.
Push him back. Push him back.
Where's it?
Mahomes down to a knee, and that should just about write a finish to this one.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. So this one in the win column for Kansas City, and it was Patrick Mahomes leading the way.
He doesn't seem to get ruffled no matter where he plays, does he? Home, on the road. If you put him in a neutral site, which he hopes one day would be the Super Bowl, he plays at a high level. We know about the big right arm, but I think it's the poise that I'm really, really admiring out of this youngster and watching him play. How about the first 3 games of his career in the NFL as a starter in 2018? He set a record for touchdown passes with 13.
Yeah, you think back to that entrance, and he has just kept it up. Amazing what he's been able to do. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Baltimore, good night, everybody.